Hi, this is a quick demonstration video for the microbus driver. More details on the microbus driver and the instruction to set up can be found in the video description. The details of the image used for testing are as shown below. The right terminal window is watching the kernel logs. When the microbus driver is loaded, it registers itself as a new bus type and exposes a few debug interfaces for adding and deleting new microbus ports. The add port interface takes in a config array and attaches a set of referrals to the microbus port, and the del port interface is used to delete a microbus port. So now we are attaching the microbus port on the TechLab cape with the driver. So the config array structure is as follows. The first byte is the I2C adapter number, then the SPI master number, then UART number, and the 3 microbus GPIOs. And now, since the attached MPU90 of click does not have an EEPROM, the probing of the default EEPROM on the I2C bus fails. Once the microbus port is probed, we can see 3 debug interfaces which can be used to load and unload clicks. The new device interface accepts a new manifest blob and tries to instantiate a click on the microbus port. The delete device interface is used to delete a click, and the rescan interface is used to rescan the EEPROM contents. This is the structure of the manifesto tool, and we can see the structure of the manifest source of the MPU90 of click. The manifest header contains the overall details about the click, then the GPIO states required for the clicks to function. Since this click has an interrupt requirement, the interrupt GPIO is set as an input, and there are a few string descriptors which includes the name of the click and the driver name string, and the device descriptor which includes the driver string ID and the other resources required by the device. Once the manifest is loaded to the new device interface, we can see that the MPU 950 device is probed successfully, and we can see the device under the microbus port also. We can delete the device using the delete device interface. Now the microbus port is also removed. Now we can see the working of the microbus driver when the clicks are already loaded with the manifest blobs. So these clicks are already loaded with their manifest blobs on the EEPROM, and the EEPROM on the I2C bus of the microbus port, and it's at the default address. So once the microbus port is probed, it tries to probe the EEPROM also, and then fetches the manifest contents and then loads the click device driver. So in this example, we can see the micro SD click and the SD card being probed in the kernel logs. The device also appears under the microbus port. The next click example is an SPI based Ethernet click, and this click also has its manifest blob loaded onto the EEPROM. So now we are using the rescan interface to rescan the contents of the EEPROM, and then we can see the Ethernet driver probe successfully, and the device also appears on the microbus port. The next clipboard is an OLED B click. This click also has an EEPROM loaded with the manifest blob. The specialty with this click is that the particular driver requires additional named GPIOs and named properties to function properly. So we can see the driver probe happening successfully, but since there is some issue with the FPGA driver on the latest kernel, we cannot see the display working properly, but we can see the properties passed to the driver correctly in the kernel logs. Now we can have a look at the manifest source for the OLED B click. This manifest source has a few property descriptors and named GPIO descriptors. The other clicks so far did not have any of these. So this click requires an enable to be pulled high in the microbus interrupt GPU position. That's why the header has in the GPU state 2. And there are a few string descriptors for the property names and the GPIO names. And there are two descriptors, the property link descriptor and the GPIO link descriptor. These are used to attach the properties on the named GPIOs with the device. So as we can see here, we have the property link 1 and the GPIO link 2, and we have a few properties. Then now we are attaching the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 properties to the device through the another property which has the property ID 1, and the named GPIOs are passed using a GPIO link which has the property ID 2. That's why the GPIO link number is 2. Interface takes in a config array and attaches a set of peripherals to the microbus port, and the del port interface is used to delete